today we're going to be talking about stress and stress management right now. I know that everyone's going through a pretty hard time. We're all stuck inside with our kids right now, and it's kind of hard. So I'm going to go over a few coping mechanisms, ways to handle stress, things like that. So some of this is coming from me and personal experiences. Some of it's coming from previous professional development trainings that I've done. Some of it's coming from the Mayo Clinic. Some of it's coming from American Academy of Pediatrics. So I'll just link all of my resources in the description. And this specific video will be targeted more towards parents of infants, but I will link some resources for parents of children of all ages as well in the description of this video. So let's get started. So one of the biggest things recommended is just to communicate. So communicate with your partner, communicate with any other family members that you're with, call people, ask people for advice. One of the best things to do is ask people who you're around how they feel like you're dealing with the stress, and that can help give you some more information on how to cope and how to deal with it. Another thing to keep in mind that I like to remind my infant parents about is that if you're getting overwhelmed with your child, or if you're just feeling extremely stressed out and your child is crying or just getting on your nerves at all, it's okay to just put them in their crib or in a safe spot and let them cry and step yourself away for a minute. It's more beneficial to do that. It's not going to hurt them. Take your few breaths and then go back to the situation. Another good thing to do right now is to try to set a daily routine for yourselves. We sent out our typical daily schedule to everybody. You can take that and tweak it to fit your family and your needs. But another good thing to remember is that you can give yourself the power to deviate from that schedule if you need to, if you're feeling overwhelmed. Setting a routine is a good way to feel, like everything's normal, but if you're feeling overwhelmed and you need to take a break from it, it's okay. One good thing to remember is to take care of yourself. So that means don't be afraid to ask for help. If you are feeling overwhelmed or if you're feeling extremely stressed out, talk to somebody that you're living with, call somebody, anything. And don't be afraid to reach out for professional help. I know that there were therapists offered online previously. I'm sure that there's probably more right now moving to online. So that might be a good thing to look into. And then giving yourself the opportunity to say no to things. So if you were planning on a big walk, or if you were planning an activity with your child and you're just feeling very overwhelmed and not ready to do that, it's okay. It's okay to just say no and do something else that day. So some examples of self-care and things that might work for you are reading, taking a walk, taking a nap, exercising, maybe eating healthy. There's a bunch of different things that you can be doing for self-care for yourself, but a really big thing to remember is that you should be picking things that work for you. So just because you look up self-care things and everything says exercise, you might not be big into exercise. I'm not. So that's not something that I typically do for self-care for myself, but you'll be able to find certain things that work for you and be able to implement those in your daily routine if you're able to communicate with those around you and maybe try to make a different schedule for each one of you to have your own little time during the day. Some other good things to do are to come up with coping mechanisms for if you're feeling really stressed out. So that could look like deep breathing, taking a break and doing some yoga, or meditating for a minute to just get your mind back into the right headspace. If you're feeling like the stress of the current global health situation is causing a little bit extra irritability or anger in you, there's a few good things to keep in mind. So one of them is to remember that you're probably not the only one feeling a little bit extra stressed out in your household. And it's good to keep an open line of communication. That's not to say you don't have the right to be stressed out just because other people are. It's just good to keep in mind that you might not be the only one and tensions might just be high everywhere. Another good thing to remember is that loneliness, boredom, fear, and anxiety are all extremely normal reactions to a situation like this. Alright, I hope you guys found this video helpful in this time. If you have any questions or need someone to reach out to, definitely feel free to message me. And just remember to take things one day at a time. I will see you in the next video. Bye.